Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. I'm Captain Gannon to my right.
So does Josiah.
And you are tuned in to 15 Minutes with a Captain. All right, all praise to the Most High. Today's class is called Liberty Spoils the Child. Liberty spoils the child. Let's get into it. Go ahead and read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel.
The Most High appointed a law in Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children.
To what?
That they should make them known to their children.
And that's the problem today in society. Our children are not known the laws of God. And you see it. You see it on TikTok. Right. You see it on Instagram. You see it on, what's the other ones, Twitter, Snapchat. You see the liberty that has been given to them by their parents. Why? Because we don't know the laws of God. Right. Go ahead.
That the generation to come might know.
The generation to come. That means generationally, year after year after year, child after child after child. Go ahead.
That the generation to come might know them.
That might do what?
Might know them.
We supposed to teach our children so they can teach their children, so on and so forth. Read on.
Even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children.
So God says that we supposed to make the law known to our children so our children can make the law known to their children. Why? So that we don't have what we have today. The prisons are filled. Right. The strip clubs are filled. The abortion clinics are filled. All these things come about because we don't teach our children God's laws. Get Sirach 31. Liberty spoils the child. We're going to show y'all some videos today. Just an example of that liberty that we give to our children and how it's their demise. Go ahead, 31.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod.
So we got to understand something right here. The definition of God's love towards a child is tearing that ass up.
That's right. That's right.
That's what the Bible just said.
Right.
Read it again. Read it again.
He that loveth his son.
God says if you love your child, this son is also fit. It also goes into a daughter too. Your child.
Right.
He that loveth his child, go ahead.
Causeth him oft to feel the rod.
God says you're going to whoop that tail every chance you get.
That's right.
See, in today's time, we think loving our children is letting them do what they want to do. Loving our children is kisses, hugs, and cookies. Kisses, hugs, and cookies. No. The Most High say, if you love your child, you're going to tear that butt up. Light up party. Read on.
That he may have joy of him in the end.
Because tearing that rump up, in the end, now you got to worry about going to visit your son in the prison system. Right. Now you got to worry about your daughter secretly having abortions. Right. Now you got to worry about none of that stuff. You ain't got to worry about hearing your daughter name in the neighborhood of how she's the foot dragger.
Right.
How she's the thought of the neighborhood. How your son is selling dope, gang banging. Right. Why? Because we read in Psalm 78. We teach them the laws of God. Sirach 30 and 1. We tear that ass up.
That's right.
Go ahead, read on.
Verse 2. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Shall rejoice of him. Why? Because his name amongst your friends. Oh no, you know I'm black and slow. Right. Acquaintances.
Right. That's a big word. That's the Negro word.
Right. That is the Negro word right there. All praise to the Most High. God says that you're gonna talk about him amongst your friends on how he did it right. How he ain't locked up. He's respectful. There you go. Discipline. There you go. Honest order. Right. Because one thing you're gonna learn about America, either you're gonna teach your kid discipline or America gonna teach your kid discipline. Right. Either way you're gonna be disciplined by you or you're gonna be disciplined by the system. Right. Either way he gonna be disciplined. So why not just raise them up, your daughter, your sons, in the way of the Lord, and do it the way God tells you to do it.
That's right.
Read on.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead.
So the Bible say, though the father died, is as though he were not even dead. Why? Because the father brought that son up in the way that he should go, that means the father was doing it the proper way as well.
That's right.
And what you see in society is that our fathers or our mothers doing it the wrong way and teaching our kids the wrong way. Therefore, when they die, the children continue in the same sin their father and mother was in. But when you do it the right way, God says you're going to be that example. So when you long and gone, your son is going to step right in and do the same righteous things that you were doing.
Like he's still here.
Right. Yep. Just like he's still here. Like, damn, man, you remind me of your daddy. Right. Your daddy used to go out and teach on the street just like that. Man, you sound just like your father. That's right. Man, you look just like your mother. Your mother used to make sure the house was good. You used to make sure the kids were good. Raise them up in the admonition of the Lord. Right. You can see that. You can see that Titus 2 in them. That's right. Read on.
For he hath left one behind him that is like himself.
Read verse 6.
Verse 6. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies.
So we're going to pull up a video. God says he left behind him an avenger against his enemies. When it's done the right way, your son is an avenger against your enemies. When it's done the wrong way, your son is on the same side of the enemy. Right. Let's get that T.I. Let's get that T.I. video. Let's get that T.I. video. And we're going to show y'all what it looks like when you don't teach your son the proper way so that it doesn't grieve the enemy, but it makes the enemy happy. Let's get that. Let's get that T.I. video.
T.I. reacts to Sun King's latest run-in with the law.
Hey, top of the top. Top of the top, top of the top. Got a minor request. Got a minor request. Hope everybody having a phenomenal morning. Got a small request, man. Stop hitting me and getting in my comments telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas? His ass going to prison. If you got to keep this up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's going to turn out.
So stop. He said, can't nobody stop it but him. Wait a minute. Stop telling me what to tell my son. I done told him, his mama, his grandmama, he going to prison. Can't nobody stop it but him. I know that energy. I was that same energy. That's what he just said. Get that in Sirach chapter 11 and verse 28 real quick. Sirach 11 and verse 28. I think that's what I want. Yeah, read that.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11 and verse 28.
Come on.
Judge none blessed before his death.
Watch this.
For a man shall be known in his children.
God says a man shall be known in his kids. You got some dope dealing behind kids, you was a horrible father. Horrible! Horrible! You got some badass kids that ain't got nothing to do with God in their mind. They sold on dope. They sold on whoremongering. They sold on prostitution. They sold on the prison life. Your job as a father, you have failed. And that's what we see. That's what we see. Brother T.I., you have failed, brother. But not just you. Many of us in Israel, of the blacks, Hispanic, Native American community, have failed because we give our children liberty at their youth. And then when they get older, we're so shocked that they're just terrible people. We're so shocked. Right, like it's a surprise. I'd have told him he going to prison. You should have known that when you was teaching him how to sell dope. That's why God say liberty spoils the child. Go back to Sirach 30. I'm sorry. Go to Proverbs. Go to Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 15.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
The rod and reproof.
Rod and reproof, correction, but the rod means tear that butt up.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. And we're going to read it. That don't mean sit him in a corner for 30 minutes. God says tear that rump up. Go ahead.
The rod and reproof give wisdom.
Give wisdom. Why? Because it teaches the child what not to do.
Right.
See, at a young age, you teach a child, don't run up and down the stairs. You're going to end up falling. The child don't listen. What the child end up doing? Falling. Don't touch that hot stove. It's going to burn you. And what that correction is, after you touch the hot stove, get burnt, and I bet you they never do it again. But we don't correlate that with teaching the fear of God. Son, daughter, you break this law, God going to kill you. God going to kill you. God going to judge you. See, instead, we got to make the connection with the hot iron, the immediate correction, which is what? You get burnt. We got to make that connection with breaking God's laws. The immediate correction is you can get death. We don't make that connection. So therefore, we fear that hot iron more than we fear God. But God says, read it again.
The rod and reproof give wisdom.
The rod and reproof gives wisdom to children, teaches them what not to do, teaches them what they should do. It's just like a father. A lot of mothers will feel like the father is too hard on the children, not understanding that the father's role in that house is to instill discipline into the children. Because if you can respect me as a father in my house, you can respect that policeman outside my house. You understand what I'm saying? You can learn how to take care of your responsibilities because you have the discipline to do so that I taught you in my house without being emotional. Read it again.
The rod and reproof.
But a lot of mothers would say, you're too hard on the kids. You're too hard on the kids. Let them find their way. Don't give them too much discipline. That's why, hold that, get Isaiah 3:12. That's why the Lord says this. Because it takes a man to install discipline into his children. I'm going to tell you, 99% of the time, mothers cannot raise children by themselves. 99%. Because you do got that 1%. You do got that 1% where they come out. They come out okay. Right, look, grace. Hell, half of us was raised by single parent mothers. You know, that 1% is that 1/3. That 1/3 right there. That's that 1% of those that were raised by single parent mothers and actually came out sane. Read Isaiah 3.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 13.
Verse 12.
Verse 12. Mm-hmm. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
God says women rule over the children that oppress us as a people. Because women are more emotional. They're more physically affectionate. See, fathers are, what's the word I'm looking for? They are disciplinary. Their discipline equals love. That's how fathers deal. Because that's how the Most High deals with us. The Most High deals with us as discipline. That's how I'm going to show you I love you. And as a father, that's how we show our kids we love them, by disciplining them, making sure they do what's right in the law of God, making sure they do what's right in our law. Because in my house, if I make a law, that is a law on the books. And when you break that law, you break God's law. Go back to Sirach. We're going to speed it up. Go back to Sirach. What I want? Let me see. Sirach chapter 30. Sirach 30 and verse 8. And then we're going to get that video of the sister. Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
And horse not broken becometh headstrong.
A horse not broken becometh headstrong, meaning that it becomes useless. Nobody can. It becomes unteachable, uncontrolled. There you go. It becomes uncontrollable. You can't control the horse. You either got to let it go or put it down. You can't do nothing with it. That's how our kids are today. Why? Because they were never broken at a young age. And what we mean broken, we mean disciplined. We mean tearing that rump up. We mean showing you that you ain't bigger than me. And that's what happens when a child is headstrong. It becomes uncontrollable. It becomes unteachable. It's unable to receive discipline. And here's an example.
She doing her life.
I didn't even.
Now all this fucking weed smoking,
God,
it was not right. Jada, you ain't got nothing to do with it.
Smoking no weed in the grass, though.
Like, shut the fuck up. You run this bitch, you need to go to the
my
street.
nigga, like, no, you keep messing with me. I ain't doing
Shut the
nothing to
fuck
you.
up. Do you want to see
My nigga, what are you mad at? What are you mad at me for? What are you mad at me for, my nigga? You came on with an attitude for what, nigga? Nobody said nothing to
I'm
you.
your mother. You
I
really
don't
what you
care.
you want to let's get it up. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. Oh my God. I don't care. Smack you. Don't come to my face, bro. Good. Come my face. Show. You beat me. I want to fuck out my face. Get that shit out of my face. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come my face. Fuck out of here. Yo, don't play with me, Dad. You better go outside. Yo.
Read that scripture again. I'm telling you, man. Read verse 8 again.
The book of Ecclesiasticus.
And you know what's crazy? A lot of you mothers out there don't think that can happen to you. A lot of you brothers, parents, specifically mothers, you know, fathers don't play that crap. A lot of you mothers out there don't think that this can happen to you. She came in the door. Oh, why you smoking weed in the crib? And she said, "My nigga, I wasn't smoking no weed in the crib, my nigga."
That's that Tim energy.
There you go, them Tims. But that's that liberty at their youth. Her spirit was never broken with discipline by her mother. She never been disciplined at all. Read that verse again.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30 and verse 8. And horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful.
Watch the next verse.
Conquer thy child.
Play with thy child. You wink at all their follies. Go ahead.
And he shall make thee afraid.
That's what we just saw.
Yes,
that mama was scared. She was scared because she didn't know what to do at that point. Masculine energy. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do. Her daughter raised up at her and put her hands on her, and the mother didn't kill her. Because I'm going to tell you straight, my mama would have killed me. Straight up. My mama would have killed everybody in the house. We would have went a ride down by the lake. Mama would have took us on a ride down by the lake, and everybody would have been dead. They'd have found us in the freezer somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Straight up.
And said I did it.
And said, "Yep, it was me." Why? Because he put his hands on me, so I had to put him down. It's just like a pit bull. Pit bull bite you is, you know what they say, when a pit bull bites you, is incapable of being reformed after that. That's what they say. That's what, dog dynamic. This ain't no Caesar Malone. In the pit bull industry, in the work, like little puppies, you could tell from puppies how they are. If they aggressive as a puppy, majority of the time, they put them down. They don't even waste no time with them. At that point, they're like, they're useless. because it's already in them to be rebellious. It's already in them. Their spirit is aggression. So they put him down. Read it. Read the next verse.
Play with him.
Do what?
Play with him.
Do what?
Play with him.
Play with him.
And he will bring thee to heaviness.
Get the next one. Play with him. For all you TikTokers, tickety-tock-tock. Right. Want to be friends with your kids. Play with your kids and see what happens. Watch this. Go ahead.
Hey, Gavin, can you come downstairs so we can touch base about...
Oh, shut the hell up. I'm playing 2K.
What was that?
Shut the hell up.
Boy, get down here!
That is a
You
joke!
don't talk to your mother that way.
That is a joke!
Isabella, get in here and fold these clothes.
Amanda, shut up! You're not my mom!
Isabella.
What'd you say? Give me your phone.
It's just a joke!
I was just saying it's not working, so can you give me another?
No! I'm tired of you always begging and asking for stuff. Do what?
Okay.
Okay, nothing, son. All day long, you've been begging for stuff. From early this morning, calling. Mama.
Please shut up. What you say?
Babe, we just was playing.
Ryan, make sure you pick up your shoes. It's a prank.
$50 a month interest-free. That's right. Buy the room, get the TV. Now through...
Where you get them clothes at the dry?
Shut the fuck up! You always telling me to do something.
Find your get up and go. Find pants that aren't spicy.
The meeting. Elijah!
I think it's Taylor's. Hey, Jesse, did you clean the pig pen? Jesse, don't ignore me. Did you clean the pig pen? No, I heard you. Shut up.
Hey, Jay, get in this room and clean up them toys now.
Shut the fuck up.
What are you doing? We just playing. It's a shut up challenge. Why you playing like that? You don't want to play like that. Get your ass up. That shit ain't hurt. That's what you get for listening to your mom.
Nini, can you bring me some water, please?
Go to yourself.
Oh,
What did she say?
be yourself.
You better come give me some water.
You can get it yourself. You have hands.
You're gonna let her talk to me like that?
I'll beat the shit out of her. Oh, you try to put me in TikTok, huh?
No.
I'll beat.
And don't come back down until it's done.
Read that next verse. Verse 9 again. Tell you, man, this is crazy, man. And they laughing about this, and they think it's all a game. But you know what's crazy? The only one that's willing to install discipline in these videos is the father. And it's the mother that's allowing them the liberty to play around, to walk that threshold of disrespect, and then call it a joke. We're just playing, not knowing that the brain chemistry of a child, it needs to never cross that threshold of disrespect. When you allow a child to cross that threshold, in their mind, they can always do it again. In their mind, they want to do it again. In their mind, they will do it again. That's the chemistry, the brain function of a child. That's why God says this. Read verse 9 again.
Verse 9. Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid.
Go ahead.
Play with him.
That's that play with him. Allow them to disrespect you and then say, oh, we're just playing. We're playing, everyone. It's a TikTok video. Read on.
And he will bring thee to heaviness.
Read on.
Laugh not with him.
God says, laugh not with him. Laugh not with her. That means everything ain't no doggone jolly, we friends. That's the problem. We want to be friends with our kids. We want to be friends. I'm not friends with none of my kids. I'm their father.
That's right.
And at the drop of a dime, I will show you discipline.
Facts.
At a drop of a dime. Read on.
lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
Read on.
Give him no liberty.
Do what?
Give him no liberty
Read on.
in his youth.
God says when they're young, give them no liberty. Give me the Dwayne Wade video. Give them no liberty at their youth. Give me the Dwayne Wade video.
See Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade's daughter Zaya's gorgeous school dance look. The 15-year-old recently attended her winter formal, and of course, her dad and stepmom were super proud parents ahead of the big night.
Pause it right there.
The athlete and
Pause it right there. That's literally Dwayne Wade in a dress. Literally. Literally. That's Dwayne Wade in a dress. I mean, that looks just like Dwayne Wade in a dress. That's why he's so okay with it. Because in his mind, he wants to live that lifestyle openly, but he can't. So he's living it through his son. Dude got an Adam's apple with a wig on and a dress. He got more makeup on than Gabrielle Union do. Read that scripture again.
Give him no liberty in his youth.
God says when they're young, give them no liberty. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union allowed their son, Dwayne Wade's son, because it ain't her son.
Right.
Dwayne Wade's son was allowed to have so much liberty that the world influenced him to come out as a, what's the word? Transgender male. The world influenced that. Because as soon as it happened, what the world say? Your truth, be your truth, be yourself, come on out. And now he's on Instagram, on social media, kissing a white dude. And it's okay. That's okay. That's that liberty given to them at their youth. Sirach 26 and yep, that's the one. Verse 10.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Overmuch liberty of a daughter is allowing your 10-year-old daughter to have Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, what's the other ones? Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans, all this crap. Your 10-year-old daughter got a doggone cell phone with 200 contacts in it. Not monitored. Access to all things. You think she sleep, her phone's in her possession, middle of the night. You think she sleep. Watch this. Give me the next one with the little girl.
Yes. Wait, don't come yet. Don't come yet. Wait till the doors are open. They can run inside. Why the camera's open? No. Shoot.
Jemiah.
Yes?
Who the f*** is that by my door?
What?
Who the f*** is that? Oh, who is that?
No one.
You play games with me?
Huh?
Lie to me again, see what happens.
That's no one.
That's no.
I don't see anybody.
It's no one that's going to be whooping your butt with a belt. All right? Keep playing on me. Act like I can't see your ass. Who is that? And why is he by my door?
Oh, my friend?
I'm about to knock you out. Stop playing games with me, man.
That was my friend.
Where's Poppy at?
Huh?
Huh?
They're at home because I was trying to go get something from the house.
You said Poppy is where?
She's at home and I was trying to get something from the house.
Take your ass back over there.
Okay.
Call her right now.
Read that again. Bruh, the father called her and she's straight up lying. No one. I know what you're talking about. Oh, you mean my friend? What the hell where's the other girl at? I guess she must got a sister or something. Oh, she's at this place. I just came home to get something. Know what? Take your ass home. Go back over there.
Right.
Now think about it, bruh. Why would she be sneaking a little boy in the house with her parents ain't home, don't nobody know about it? At that young of an age. Why? Think about that. The mindset is already tainted. The mindset has already been libertized. Oh no, that's a real word. Libertized with liberty. Already. Read that again.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straightness.
God says, keep her in. Keep her rump in the house. Don't let her go over to sleepovers. Don't let her go to prom dates, school dances. That's liberty. You know what happens at school dances? You know, because you know what happened at your school dance. Middle school, high school, you know what happened at your prom night. And you think your daughter going to be different? Read.
Lest she abuse herself.
Abuse herself.
Through over much liberty.
Liberty spoils the child. Over much liberty spoils children. They become tainted. They're able to disrespect you. Now they're able to explore their sexual being. There you go. That's a better word. Sexual imagination. You'd be surprised, man. These kids be on TikTok and Instagram late at night talking about all types of stuff at 5, 10 years old. 10 years old, 15, 14 years old. Doing things that you can't even find in porn movies that we ain't never heard of at that age. Too much liberty spoils a child. Proverbs 1:7. Last scripture. Proverbs 1:7.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Remember we read that in Psalm 78. Raise up thy child in the law of God. That's the fear of the Lord. It starts that knowledge period in a child's life. You got to install the fear first, and then the wisdom will come. The wisdom will teach them how to say no. How to say, no, I ain't doing that. My daddy would kill me. My mama would kill me. The Most High would kill me. Read on.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
God says fools despise instruction. So parents, if you ain't following the instructions of God, you're a fool. If your children are not following the instructions of you, they're a fool. But ultimately, you're the fool. Because too much liberty spoils the child. Liberty alone spoils the child. So all praise to the Most High. I'm Captain Gaddy to my right. And this has been 15 Minutes with the Captain. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, His word, His word.